you gotta pick a side, right? Either way, you're going to end up losing two people. That's your partner and the other person you're messing up with. And then you will just have yourself to blame at the end of the day. First of all, it's not even possible to be able to manage two people's emotions at the same. Like I know people do it, but to what end? Basically, you love your partner, you value.
You have a partner, you're a cheater.
But
like, huh? You're a cheater. Cheater, capital C, cheater.
I didn't want to say that, but
why are we petting and pampering?
Yes,
this?
What she said is it. Yeah,
because you're cheating. You say you're going and you feel more like yourself. Like you are already talking shit. What are you talking about? Like you being all nice. How can you save your relationship when you're saying you feel more like yourself with someone else? You need to work on yourself.
Yeah.
You need to leave both of these people out of it.
Yeah,
because you about to break people's hearts.
Yeah.
Like even if the other person that you're saying you feel more like yourself. Do they know you have a partner? Is the question.
That's one question.
Because you're gonna hurt, but like
you're gonna end up hurting both people. And at the same time, right before you even started dating this person you're dating, did you not feel like yourself when they came to you?
Get on my nerves. All of a sudden, you don't feel like yourself. Why are you there in the first place? Take your ass on and get out my
conundrum.
Don't write me no more questions, sir or ma'am, whoever you are. You're banned from the podcast, honestly. What's your pop poppin', y'all? We are back with another episode of Chatty Chit Chats with your girl Chatty, and we got May back in the building.
Hi everyone, so happy to be back in this episode.
Yes, you were actually a favorite. A couple of my friends called me. They're like, I like when you do videos with her because she's calm. I think we balance each other out because I'm like amazing. High energy and you're like a little bit more level.
No, I can be high energy, but you know I can calm down as well.
She's high energy in the parties. Okay, so we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna answer some relationship questions, give our advice and our perspective, and just go from there. Make sure you guys join us in the comments down below. And I'm gonna get into the first one. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. The first one, this one is really tough. Okay, so the first one says, my boyfriend recently lost his ex-girlfriend to a tragic car accident. While I understand grieving a loss, I just caught him looking at their old photos and crying. This is 2 months after her passing. How should I navigate this? It almost feels worse than cheating, and he's really depressed over it.
That's a very, very sensitive situation.
Very.
They say that you never get over the people that you love when they pass away. And so what I'm gonna, tell the person in question is to be empathetic, right? And support their partner to navigate that situation in a way that they come out very strong, because what you don't want to happen is creating a space that is not healthy for them to grieve the way they want to grieve, right? An ex-girlfriend, that's obviously somebody they used to love,
right? And
so it has to be a safe space to help the partner to transition and grieve their own way. And they shouldn't be sensitive. Like they should not feel like it's a competition.
Yeah, you can't really compete with somebody who's passed away anyways.
Exactly. You shouldn't feel like it's a competition.
Yeah.
So what I would say is create a safe space for them to grieve the way they want to grieve. Provide any mental or psychological support. Right. And don't take it personal. It's not that deep. It's just a situation passing a phase.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think a loss is obviously they passed away so traumatically. That's shocking. It's not like there's not ever a death that is gonna be easy to get over when you were in somebody's life. And usually when you're in a relationship, you think of long term and stuff like that. And maybe they thought of them in that way at one point in their life. And I think, I agree with everything she said. Be very sensitive. And grieving doesn't have a time. So you're saying it's 2 months later, like 2 months.
2 months is still very fresh.
It's fresh.
Like, even if it's not an ex-girlfriend that you lost, maybe a family member, a sibling, like 2 months is still very fresh.
It takes years sometimes.
I think this person needs to calm down and not take it upon themselves to feel like it's now beginning to be a problem. what you should do is to create that safe space to help them grieve the way they want to grieve. Now is the time for you to be supportive, not
jealous.
Yeah, maybe that's the word, right?
Like,
now is the time for you to be supportive. Now is the time for you to lend that grieving shoulder. Actually, cry all you want on my shoulder, but when you're done crying, I'm here for you as your girlfriend to, navigate this situation as comfortably as possible.
Yeah.
So it's don't take it to be an issue right now, because honestly 2 months is still very fresh.
And you are making it an issue with a lot of the words that you used. You said, I just caught him. Like, first of all, if he's feeling like he has to hide it from you, that's because of your actions and the way you're probably talking about it. It's making him feel like, and imagine grieving someone and then having to hide the way that you're grieving with somebody that you love. Like, so give some grace. Come on.
Yeah,
give some
with
grace.
Someone that they used to love, right?
Yeah. Think about you if you lost somebody, how you would feel.
Exactly.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Exactly. So it's not, this is not a case of, I don't think this is a case of cheating. Like,
it's not about you. That's the problem. You're making it about you. You said it feels worse than cheating.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even do anything. He's crying over someone, and it shows that he loves hard, or he has empathy, which, I mean, he's human. He's human.
And he feels, and that's something that is a good quality, actually.
Not everyone out here is feeling anything, so.
Yeah.
Girl, good luck. Okay, do better. Do better. You guys comment down below. What do you think? Do you like how we answered? Is there anything you would say differently? We would love to hear from you. The next question is very short and quick and simple. Should couples be required to have prenuptial agreements? Do you think it should be required?
That is also another sensitive topic as well, because this generation where we both are, like, people are trying to protect their assets. People are trying to protect the things that they built over time. But what I would say is that both parties have to agree on that. Right? Both parties need to agree and decide if prenuptial agreement is the way to go or not. This kind of agreement is mostly common with celebrities, and that's understandable because they have assets, they have wealth, they have investments, right? I want to get married tomorrow. I'm not going to do the prenuptial. I don't have anything.
Yeah, well, and also maybe because even if you don't have anything, I think it could still be, because when you get into your marriage, you don't know what's going to happen. You might end up
the lottery.
You might, exactly, and then the person could end up saying, "Deuces, I'm leaving tomorrow, and I get half." Like, so I do think it's important to have this conversation at least, and to consider it, especially if you have assets. But also, I mean, we're all hoping to win the jackpot, so you never know. I think there should be some type of agreement and conversation about what money is what we earn together is ours. Are we putting in together? What's mine is a little bit is a sum of mine, because I don't think you should put everything together. I don't agree with that part.
I don't agree with that part too.
Yeah.
You have to have your own money.
Yeah.
The last time, there was an episode we talked
finances.
about finances and vex money.
Yes.
First of all, you need to have your own shit together.
Yeah.
And then you can have a separate pot or a separate account where both parties do stuff, right? But as an adult, you need to have your own money.
Your own
money. So prenuptial agreement, talk to your partner about it, be open about it. Is it the right step? Is it the right thing? Is it the right agreement that both parties need? And then you guys can figure it out.
Yeah, and I think I've seen so much on like shows and just like these conversations online and stuff like that, where people are, so one party wants to have the prenup because maybe their worth is a little bit more when it comes to finances. And then the other party is angry and feels like, well, you don't trust me, like type of energy. And I feel like that is not okay. It's not okay. Just because somebody wants to have a prenup doesn't mean that they love you any less.
True.
You have to put yourself first no matter what, okay? No matter what. If you're not okay, nobody else with you can be okay. So you got to make sure that you're protecting yourself no matter how much you love somebody. Because we've seen it go left as well. We've seen where, as soon as I didn't give no prenup and you decided to leave me 2 months later and you got everything I have.
Yeah, and it's perfectly okay to protect yourself and the assets that you've worked so hard to build. I think it's pretty much understandable.
Right.
But I don't think it can be forced upon, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it just has to be an agreement between both parties.
Yeah.
It's prenuptial agreements has its pros and cons for sure. But at the end of the day, the person who is insisting or suggesting to have a prenuptial agreement is protecting their assets. And it's not even about you, the spouse or the partner. No, it's not even about you. It's about the legacy they built over time and protecting it and ensuring that, you know, whatever happens in the future, they still have what they've built.
Right.
And so this is an agreement between both parties. Is it the right thing for your relationship or your marriage? You gotta discuss it extensively.
And I've seen some crazy things in prenups where they'll have, like, the husband will say the wife can't gain a certain amount of weight. Yeah. I've also seen where they say, like, if my husband cheats on me, doesn't cheat on me within 5 years, I get a certain amount. Or, like, if he cheats on me, within a certain amount of years, I get a bigger amount, or something like that. Like, prenups are wild, but I sit down with a lawyer and have that discussion, because y'all both have to sign that paper. So, yeah. We want to hear y'all wild prenup stories. Comment down below. Comment down below. If you have a prenup, comment down below. Like, give us a little information. I mean, it's kind of personal, but if you're comfortable, I would love to hear, like, how your prenup works and what that looks like, because I ain't got no prenup. I ain't got no coins.
Like, same here, man. Like, what am I prenup to?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, this question is good. This question says, can long distance relationships work? What can we do to keep it spicy?
And this is a question that's close to my heart, because I'm experienced in that area. So.
She's experienced.
Yes, long distance relationships can work. In fact, it works. But there's a lot of effort that both parties need to put in. In fact, the kind of effort that both parties need to put in is more than the efforts that you need to put in when both parties are in the same place, because you have to ensure you are communicating as much as possible. You have to ensure that you are reassuring your partner as much as possible. You have to ensure that nothing is being left out, no secrets. Like, your partner knows where you are by 6 p.m. The partner knows what time you're at work and what time you're at home, what time you're having dinner, right? Those things need to be put in place to ensure that both parties are not deviating or being distracted or thinking,
to build trust.
Like it sounds like a lot, but those things compiled together really builds that trust. In fact, long distance relationships can only survive on trust, because you're in another continent and your partner's in another continent. You know,
you can't bump and grind when you feel like it.
So constant communication. Video calls, very highly important, because you have to see each
I need to see that coochie.
Maybe not that.
No, yes, that. What you mean?
So, highly recommend video calls as well. Communicating as much as possible.
Yeah.
One way to keep it spicy is to open up yourself to your partner, even if they are continents away. Open yourself to your partner. Tell them all the nice and amazing things you will do to them when you see them. Don't hold back anything. Don't be shy. Like, I feel like those things build up the momentum. When eventually when you see them, you want to swallow them. Right? So you have to be very creative with the way you imagine how things are going to be when both of you are together. But you have to, when you imagine those things, you have to tell your partner, say, hey, guys, imagine us walking on the beach with hands, holding hands, and just feeling the breeze on our skin. You know, things like that. You're imagining it, but you're telling them.
Right.
And so then it paints a picture in their mind, and then they start to look forward to when they would see you.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense. 100%. I agree with that. I think it's about building that picture so that you guys kind of both can close your eyes while you're on the phone and just imagine being together, doing that act or whatever it is that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all about being creative.
Yeah.
Because you're not seeing the person in person.
Right.
But you're creating or building up experiences that the other person can look forward to when they see you. Yeah. But the big thing is you need communication to build that trust. You guys have to always communicate together. Even if you're very busy, you have to say, hey babe, I'm busy today, can I call you tomorrow? Like, there should not be any gaps in between communication, because that can start to create an overthinking in the mind of
that'll foster negative thoughts and
those thoughts start to come in and you start to have distrust and insecurity and so it can really make or mar the relationship.
Right.
So communicate, over communicate.
Get chatty.
Also send photos and
videos preferably.
I do that a lot with my partner.
Right.
I make sure that, you know, when I'm out on a Monday morning, I quickly take a selfie, a video. It's like top of mind, right? In marketing, there's something called top of mind retention. I want my partner to constantly keep thinking about me, even though we're not seeing in person. But I want to send you videos, pictures. I want to tell you about my day. I want to tell you how frustrated I was at work.
Right.
Then the only thing you will think about is me.
Right.
So
yeah, and that's important in a long distance relationship. I recently saw on TikTok, which I think is so cute, maybe you and your partner could do this, is she lives far away from her boyfriend, and he paid for a dinner at a restaurant. Well, he sent her the money to pay for dinner, to go to get dressed up, get cute, and go to this restaurant. And I'm going to also go to the restaurant, and we're going to have our phones, and we're going to have a date. I think it's so cute.
That is so cute.
She was so excited. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to dinner with my babe." Like, I think it's so cute.
That's the creativity.
Adorable. Yeah. You have to be a step out of the box. I think sending each other gifts. You guys know where each other lives.
Yeah, that's like surprise gifts. Like those things really melts the heart.
It's so sweet. And I think it's exciting in that kind of relationship, shopping for each other. Like, oh my God, I'm going to send her. And then she got the box. Now she called me. Let me see you opening the box. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's so cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cute.
So long distance relationships, they do work.
And that's the way to keep it spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we wrapped it up. But if y'all have anything else to add them for our long distance lovers, please. And I was gonna say congratulations, girl, but let's keep it strong. Let's keep it strong. You know, I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to see where that goes. Shout out to her boo. Question is, what role do your past experiences and upbringing play in shaping your approach to relationships?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Amazing question.
Yeah, because, you know, as adults, we do have our history, we have our past. And whether we like it or not, they form how we approach relationships. 100%. They form how we build and nurture relationships, most especially our environments. Like, that's one of the most significant areas of life that, you know, that plays a huge role in your upbringing.
Right.
And so, past experiences, like, you know, the things that you have experienced while growing up, sometimes they can be traumatic. Sometimes they can be negative experiences that you don't want to relive. And that's why I think people should introspect a lot. If you have relationships that are not working, if you have relationships at work, relationships at school, for example, and there's just something that's not clicking, it could be a past experience.
Yeah, 100%.
It could be something in your history that has not yet been unpacked, that is really blocking that ability to nurture and approach relationships in a positive way. So many people need to introspect a lot.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. And I think, like, you know, growing up, so a lot of people are not taught, some people, their experience is that they were not taught how to manage their emotions. That will show up in a relationship, that will show up in a friendship. Friendships are relationships, right? So we're talking about all connections. So any connection you have with anybody, things that have gone on in your past, negative and positive, they show up. If you were taught how to nurture and love, then you're going to be able to nurture and love in a relationship. If you weren't taught that, or something stopped that in your life because of a trauma or whatever, then that may show up in your relationships, and it may make it harder for you to have relationships, which isn't your fault. But I think that in relationships like this, I think both sides need to know their part. So I need to know that I do have this trauma and I do have this way of being because of what I've been through, and that can affect other people. And then the other person, if they choose to be in your life, needs to understand that, okay, I need to probably give this person a little bit more grace and probably be a little bit more understanding.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
it's like past experiences do play a huge role.
100%.
And they can, just like you said, they can be positive and negative.
Yeah.
But we ought to dwell more on the positive side.
Oh yeah.
And those negative sides are like areas of improvement.
Yeah.
And so, but you got to be self-aware to know, okay, this is a negative aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, because it can also show up as abuse. Like, literally everybody who is the way they are, it has a lot more than you think to do with the way they were raised, the environments they grew up in, and things that have happened to them. So we just need to be aware of that. And a lot of times two people that are connected both have traumas, both have things they've gone through, and then it's harder for them to kind of figure out how to manage that. So that's an issue too. And that's something that when you're in that, you probably need to step back and figure out, what's my part in this that I can fix,
Absolutely. It all boils down to being self-aware and recognizing those traits that you must have picked in your younger days.
Right.
That's where they come from. It's the upbringing, actually. But as adults, we have to sit down and analyze and say, okay, I must have experienced this kind of rejection when I was younger, and now I don't know how to manage rejection, and so I need help in that area, just as an example.
Of course.
But yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give a quick example of my own personal experience. When I was younger, my mom had, 5 children. So for her, and then she also went through her own depressions. And shouts out to my mom, like I love my mom and everything, but this is a part of my journey, so I will share my own stories. And because of, I guess, the amount of kids she had, what was going on with her mental state, a lot of times when I wasn't in a good place, I wasn't able to go to my mom and like, mommy, I'm sad, or I feel like this, I feel like that. So I learned to keep my darkness to myself. So even in my relationship now, or my friendships, I don't really get vulnerable, like, oh, I'm so sad, or I don't feel comfortable with that. And that's a direct relation to me being younger and not having that safe space. So I don't feel like I deserve that, or I don't feel like I should give that, you know what I mean, to anyone. So that's a good example of one of the traumas that can definitely shape your relationships. Yeah. Comment down below, guys. What something from your past is affecting you in your relationships now? Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And we're gonna do one more question. We're gonna squeeze it in. You cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I feel like I'm growing out of love with my partner, and it's mostly because I have feelings for someone I work with, and I don't know how to stop it. I feel more like myself when I'm with the person I work with. How can I save my relationship?
Oh no, this is what I call a conundrum.
I was about to say, you are in both places.
Oh no, like you gotta pick a side, right? Either way, you're going to end up losing 2 people. That's your partner and the other person you're messing up with. And then you will just have yourself to blame at the end of the day. First of all, it's not even possible to be able to manage 2 people's emotions at the same. Like I know people do it, but to what end? Basically, you love your partner, you value.
You have a partner. You're a cheater.
But
like, you're a cheater. Cheater, capital C, cheater.
I didn't want to say that, but
why are we petting and pampering this?
Yes, what she said is it. Yeah.
Because you're cheating. You say you're growing and you feel more like yourself. Like, you are already talking shit. What are you talking about? Like, you being all nice. How can you save your relationship when you're saying you feel more like yourself with someone else? You need to work on yourself. You need to leave both of these people out of it. Yeah. Because you're about to break people's hearts. Yeah. Like, even if the other person that you're saying you feel more like yourself, do they know you have a partner is the question.
That's one question.
Because you're going to hurt,
you're going to end up hurting both people. And at the same time, right, before you even started dating this person you're dating, did you not feel like yourself when they came to you?
Get on my nerves. All of a sudden, you don't feel like yourself. Why are you there in the first place? Take your ass on and get out my...
conundrum.
Don't write me no more questions, sir or ma'am, whoever you are. You're banned from the podcast, honestly. How can you save your relationship? You can't.
Oh my God.
You need to save yourself first.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely involving 2 people that it's not fair to them. It's just not fair.
It's not fair. I don't support this. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't support this.
Yeah, we don't support this. You have to save yourself and, I don't know, reconnect with your partner, because that's the person you're dating. Except you don't want to date them anymore. If that's the case, break up.
And that's why you're growing out of, you say, I'm growing out of love. I feel like you're growing out of love because you're putting that love into somebody else. You're putting that effort and energy into someone else. Of course you're going to grow out of love. I'm sure you looking at this girl wishing it was the next girl, like, or a guy or whatever it is. Like, that's not okay.
Not cool.
Don't write me again.
No cheating in the zone.
Don't write me again. I swear to God, don't write me again. But we're gonna end it off there, and I want to say thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna have her again. She'll be back.
I hope you don't get tired of this face.
You guys comment down below. Make sure you guys follow her. I'm gonna put her information down here, also on the screen and also in the description. Check her out. I really love your energy, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you. And again, until the next episode, deuces.
Peace out.
Peace. Bye.